For parents, having a sick child can be frustrating and frightening. One local couple is on a quest to cure their little boy of a rare genetic disorder and hopefully save another life along the way. ABC40 Health reporter Elizabeth Corridan joins us now with their amazing story. Elizabeth?
Marcy, this family not only discovered that their son had a very dangerous, life-threatening condition, but they also found out that because of his background, it would be nearly impossible to find him a bone marrow donor. Now they want to make sure that another family does not run into the same problem.
At 11 months old, Essa Khairi is an active, happy baby. But a few months ago, his parents noticed something was wrong.
He actually started losing weight.
A doctor himself, Issa's father, pushed for answers.
Meanwhile, we kept on doing interventions like increasing his feed, but still, he wasn't gaining weight and he just fell off the chart.
Dr. Essa Khairi knew he was a carrier of a rare genetic condition known as thalassemia minor, meaning he had slightly lower levels of hemoglobin in his blood. What he didn't know is that his wife Nadia was also a carrier of a genetic mutation.
He had a genetic testing done which showed that he's carrier of 2 mutations, and that's why he cannot make enough hemoglobin.
Essa was diagnosed with thalassemia major. He has dangerously low levels of hemoglobin.
He actually can go into shock because his tissues are not being supplied with enough amount of oxygen. The only way to correct it is to have monthly transfusions for the rest of his life.
Essa has responded well to his first 2 blood transfusions, but the high amount of iron being pumped into his body poses a long-term risk.
This iron can deposit in their heart, in their liver, and causes liver failure, cirrhosis, and also can cause severe heart failure. The only curative option is bone marrow transplant, which can actually be done by bone marrow or cord blood.
The Khairis immediately began looking for a bone marrow donor. A sibling was their best bet, but their older daughter was not a match. So they turned to the National Bone Marrow Registry, where their search looked hopeless.
Because of ethnic minority, it's hard to find an unrelated donor, especially bone marrow donor, because you need 10 out of 10 match, which is hard to find for Essa at this point.
Refusing to give up, Dr. Khairi tracked down an expert in cord blood transplants. He was once again advised that a sibling would be the best match. So the Khairis now plan to expand their family from 4 to 5 and are ready to begin the in vitro fertilization process.
If we are unable to find any embryos in the first attempt, then our plan is to go for unrelated cord blood transplant. If it turns out to be successful, then he would be like every other adult human being.
In the meantime, this family is just thankful Essa is healthy.
He's perfectly okay. He's very active.
While they are no longer actively looking for a bone marrow donor, they are hoping to organize a registry drive
to encourage especially people from Southeast Asia to come forward and get themselves registered, so that people from my ethnicity, they don't have any problem if one of them needs a bone marrow transplant.
Along the way, they might just find Issa's perfect match.
Many of Dr. Khairi's colleagues at Bay State Medical Center are helping him to organize that bone marrow registry drive in the coming weeks. We will, of course, keep you posted on an exact date. Everyone is encouraged to register. It's painless, quick, and you just might save a life. Marcy.